I'm doing better now, I think at the time when I found out, at the same time as the rest of the world, that my marriage was ending in divorce.
These two, they was fighting over everything. The baby, she won't let me see the baby, all types of stuff. He was trying to take the baby from her. And she was entitled to 50% if he cheated, and she was trying to say that he had cheated, right? But she never told us he was cheating. I was like, that's who you was supposed to tell. You was supposed to tell us, girl, that he was cheating. And then we go tell the court, and then the court believes it.
Girl, Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's divorce just reached a whole different level of messy after she called the cops on him for allegedly putting his hands on her and making his security throw her out the house. Jeannie and Jeezy have been throwing wild allegations at each other ever since they decided to divorce, and it's not looking like it's getting any better, even though they've already finalized their divorce. At some point, Jeannie even accused Jeezy of leaving a firearm around their 3-year-old daughter, which the poor girl allegedly almost used to accidentally take herself out. Now, just for a little bit of context, Jeezy had filed for divorce from Jeannie back in 2023, and ever since, they've been going at each other left and right. It started when Jeannie asked the judge not to enforce the prenup that they signed before they got married because he had cheated on her with other women. She said she wasn't given enough time to read through the agreement and that Jeezy had started the paperwork for the prenup just 5 days before their wedding. Not only that, y'all, but Jeezy didn't even disclose all of the details of his finances to her, which means she thought he was making way less money than he actually was. Just when we thought things couldn't get no worse from here, Jeannie came back again at Jeezy and accused him of DV. She said Jeezy allegedly choked her out, called her an effing bitch, and claimed he couldn't wait to divorce her. She also claimed that Jeezy had a drinking problem and that his would escalate when he was drunk. She said he once left their daughter alone in Monaco with an AK-47 and his Louis Vuitton bag, with bullets lying around, which the poor girl almost allegedly choked herself with. The first alleged DV incident happened during an argument on January 18th of 2022, when they were in a parked car in Miami. Now, during this argument, Jeezy was throwing insults at Jeannie, and when she tried to leave, he allegedly forced her to stay inside against her will and struck her with closed fists across her cheekbone and eye, causing a broken vessel in the eye. The second DV was also during another argument just months later during a vacation in San Francisco. She alleged that Jeezy had choked her from behind as he was going up a stairwell, pushed her down the stairs, and hurled extremely explicit comments at her, saying things like, "I can do so much better than you." According to a hotel report included in Jeannie's response, hotel security intervened, and Jeannie said at the time she felt unsafe in Jeezy's presence. And then there was that third DV situation that happened in December of 2022, when Jeezy allegedly got angry at Jeannie because he didn't know her whereabouts and abruptly demanded that they leave an event that they were at. Jeannie said, when Jeezy finally found her, he told their driver to leave and allegedly grabbed her by the neckline of the dress after she had tried to leave the vehicle twice. Her dress got torn up during the attack, and she received multiple 2 to 3 inch scratches across her right breast due to Jeezy's fingernails. Fortunately for Jeannie, she was able to make it out of this very toxic marriage alive, but it looks like Jeezy is not done with her just yet. In her recent altercation between him and his house manager at his house was proof of that. At least that's what Jeannie's saying. So just a few days ago, court documents leaked in which Jeannie accused Jeezy of another DV incident. You see, when they finalized their divorce, Jeannie still had some things in Jeezy's house, so the judge gave her 21 days to go over there and pack everything up. Oh, but Jeezy tried to turn this into another unnecessarily long process by telling the judge he didn't feel safe with Jeannie coming to his house. Child, please. He had the nerve to say Jeannie already destroyed his career with false claims, and by false claims, I'm guessing he referring to them DV allegations and him allegedly having a firearm around his daughter. He said he was scared that Jeannie would plant recording devices and cameras all around the house to stalk him and gather more incriminating evidence against him, so she can finally destroy what's left of his reputation. Anyway, the judge was not here for all this wild mess that Jeezy had to say, and Jeannie notified both Jeezy and his lawyers that she would be going to his house on December 9th of 2024 to get her stuff, which Jeezy apparently didn't object to. However, when she went there on December 9th with her movers, Jeezy had instructed his house managers not to let them in. The house manager even called Jeezy in Jeannie's presence, and he told her over the phone that he didn't care what the court said and that she and her movers will not be entering his home. At this point, Jeannie was over it, so she called the police. Now, when 12 got there, they informed the house manager that a court order was in fact being violated. And that's when the house manager had to shift gears and create a new barrier to entry. Next, the house manager, at the direction of Jeezy, refused to allow anyone on behalf of Jeannie to enter the home unless they signed an NDA. Jeannie said when she was allowed in the garage, she saw her boxes had been damaged, and she said Jeezy's lawyer had previously praised him in court for the condition in which he maintained her belongings, but when she got there, it was the complete opposite. The boxes were wet, with water having soaked through them, damaging her personal items. There were mouse traps set in the garage, but they didn't do much because the mice had been eaten through some of the boxes already. Her awards, including her Emmy, were broken and scratched. Child, this mess between Jeezy and Jeannie is far from over because they literally have a kid together, which basically means they stuck with each other. And if they don't learn to get along, they're going to quite literally traumatize that poor girl. One person said, "I think they're both evil. Her ex-husband has said she's a mess, not innocent at all. And we know for sure Jeezy ain't innocent. I think Jeannie finally met her match. She thought she could treat him like Freddie, but Jeezy doesn't play like that and ain't scared of her at all, unlike Freddie. I don't feel bad for Jeannie. She tried so hard to push this narrative like Jeezy was the perfect man of her dreams who could do no wrong. Now look at her. He was never husband material, and we all tried to tell her." Another person said, "He has enough money to have someone box up her things and have them delivered. He definitely is the bitter one." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Jeezy allegedly having his hands on Jeannie? And do y'all think that Jeannie would have actually put devices all over his house? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.